You know what a trailer I saw?
Yeah, what?
Warner Brothers. I saw Wonka, and it's like
Yeah,
a the Willy Wonka prequel,
yeah,
and
I
it's
checked
the
out
dude
that
who did
trailer.
Paddington. Paddington's a good movie, but I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted about this Willy Wonka
Okay.
thing because it's something different. It could be good, but I wasn't too impressed with the look of it from what I saw. It just looked
Yeah.
like the same CGI like video game look, and it just made me not interested in the movie. But it could be good, and it certainly has some strong people behind it who have made a movie that I
Yes.
liked. Uh,
Yes.
but what do you think?
Um, I wish they went with a darker, more twisted tone.
Yeah, I don't know what the
Everybody
answer is, but
knows that Willy Wonka is kind of eerie. Uh, the story behind it, everything underlying the plot of Willy Wonka is pretty dark and pretty creepy and unsettling, but like it's a mask of a movie. It's all cheery and happy and whatnot. So I kind of wish they embraced that more. R-rated movies, thrillers do much better than they used to. So I thought that would have been a unique, interesting approach to Wonka.
I gotta say this though, with people's interpretation of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, I don't know if it's so much as if that they made a creative decision to kind of make it slightly messed up, or as
Yeah, I
in
think it just
that's
ended up
just
that way.
but I just think that's how children's movies were back then. It was people were just
Yeah,
rougher back then.
yeah,
Like my mom used when they watched a video for train safety in school where like kids get run over by a train on the
yeah,
tracks and you see the kids all like injured and stuff. And that was just like normal to teach kids. And so knowing stuff like that and not to get into, oh, the older generations were tougher. I'm not saying
yeah.
that, but people were just a bit rougher back then. And I think a storyline at that time would have been seen as perfectly fine to kind of teach kids whatever the movie's trying to teach. And I don't know if they're necessarily thinking like, oh, let's put this underlying creepiness in the movie. I just think as time has gone on, it looks more messed up. But that's just me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, especially the original one, but I don't think it was originally intended to be that. But like when you think about and process a movie that was made for children a really long time ago, everything doesn't add up. And like you do kind of get that weird with those weird vibes. But maybe that's just me. Like 9 out of 10 times when I go sit down to watch a movie, I'm watching horror or thrillers. It's just what I'm into lately. So maybe that's that part of me wants a creepy, eerie Wonka movie. And I kind of thought this movie, maybe I just expected Wonka to be like that with its
Because
modern take. But
I don't know if I want that. And sometimes I think,
yeah,
I personally think people read into the creepiness too much. I think
I
that was
think I
just,
have for sure.
and so to me, I always picture Willy Wonka as like, if they're going to do it, it's going to be a light kids movie.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like there's always this, but you can do like maybe subtle darkness. Um,
It looks
but
good though. Like Timothy Chalamet's great. I'm a fan of him. And
yeah,
I
but
think
the look didn't look that interesting to me. It just
it
kind
could
of
be,
seemed
it does seem like
kind of
it's
bland.
really flashy and I can tell there's a lot of practical sets. It gives me like theater musical vibes, like a practical built set that a lot of effort went into it. That's what I saw from this. But I wish they were more bold with the style and the set design, though.
That's what I'm saying.
It
Should
does
have
seem a
like an
bit
identity
washed
to
out
it.
and dull. Yeah.
It just
Those
feels like
vibrant
an
colors.
it's just kind of off. It feels like it looks like every other movie that's made now.
Yeah, I
Maybe people
do.
disagree with that, and I only watch the trailer kind of passively, so we'll see when the movie comes out, or even when I see it. I don't know if this is what I'm going to rush to see necessarily, but
I'm not
uh,
gonna rush to see it either, but
if you're gonna kind of revive a new thing, well, I don't. Has this been done before? I don't think so. So it's kind
there's
of
only two
intriguing.
Wonkas as far as I'm
Well, yeah, and
aware,
then
right?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and then Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Which isn't well loved either. But I don't know. We kind of grew up on that, and well, at least I did. I remember seeing that like a
Yeah.
million times back in the 2000s, as a kid.
I
I think
kind
I've
of,
probably
yeah,
seen that one more. Even though Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is better in the classic, I just think I must have saw Charlie and the Chocolate Factory like a million
probably.
times.
It adds up. It's a 2005 film. We were the perfect ripe age for that.
Yeah.
So
But
I'm
yeah,
really intrigued though. I mean, what if I brought up the point that I wish they just went with a new original idea instead of making the third iteration of Willy Wonka?
yeah, but I guess if they have to do it now, if they have to do this in today's movie business, at least they're doing something that's a bit different.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
um,
how different is it though? Because it's a
no,
remake,
probably won't
you
be,
know,
but
it's still a remake. It'll be the third movie. It's not like they're sequels or anything. They're all different movies. They're all their own separate identities. It's not like there's anything interconnected between all these Wonka movies. They're all each one of them is a fresh take on the idea. So I don't know. I really the original movie is so identifiable and it has this physical identity. It's in pop culture. It has a big place in pop culture. So I just hope this movie recreates that um in a respectable way, I guess.
uh,
I
so
do wish it was darker though.
yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what it turns out, but so far with the look, I'm not too impressed right now. You know what
It's
I need to go out and get to see though, and let's finish that thought. But
it just kind of reminds me of The Greatest Showman.
yeah, yeah, his suit did
These
kind of look
musical
like that.
movies, you know?
Yeah.
Which
Um,
Greatest Showman was a good movie, but that's just what it reminds me of. What were you gonna say?